In the last video, we talked about Atlantis and how ancient civilizations might have been far more advanced than we once believed. Near the end, I mentioned something important, that LiDAR scanning has revealed enormous ancient cities hidden beneath dense jungles. Today, we're going deeper into that idea. Deep in the heart of the Amazon rainforest, buried under centuries of soil, vines, and towering trees, lies one of the world's most surprising archaeological discoveries. They're called the Amazonian geoglyphs, massive geometric earthworks carved into the landscape with such precision that researchers are still trying to understand who built them and why they were forgotten for so long. For decades, the Amazon was seen as untouched wilderness, too hostile for large populations. But the truth is much stranger. This rainforest may have once supported complex societies with organized settlements and engineered landscapes, and thanks to LiDAR, we're finally able to see the traces they left behind. The mystery began when deforestation exposed enormous circular and rectangular shapes in the soil. At first, they looked random, but once archaeologists stepped in, the scale was impossible to ignore. These earthworks stretch hundreds of meters across and were built with clear mathematical planning. When LiDAR scanning was flown over the forest, everything changed. Entire networks of causeways, platforms, settlement mounds, and planned layouts appeared beneath the canopy. These weren't scattered camps. They were organized communities connected by long, straight, raised roads that extended for kilometers. And the structures are ancient, thousands of years old, yet remain completely hidden until recent technology revealed them. The cultures responsible for these earthworks are believed to include the Kasarabi tradition and other pre-Columbian societies in the southwestern Amazon. These were not small, struggling groups. They appear to have designed fortified settlements, central plazas, water management systems, and engineered agricultural zones. They also created terra preta, a human-made, nutrient-rich soil that remains highly fertile even today. This suggests deep knowledge of farming, ecology, and long-term land management. Archaeologists are now realizing that the Amazon may have supported far larger populations than once assumed. Estimates vary widely, but some researchers suggest hundreds of thousands, perhaps even more, might have lived in these interconnected regions. It wasn't a chaotic wilderness. It was a managed landscape shaped by organized communities. If these societies were so sophisticated, why did they disappear? Most evidence points to slow, complex changes rather than a single dramatic collapse. Climate fluctuations could have made farming difficult. Environmental stress may have pushed populations to migrate. And later, diseases introduced indirectly through early European contact may have devastated communities even without face-to-face encounters. Once the population declined, the rainforest took everything back. Within decades, wooden structures would rot. Within centuries, vines and trees would erase entire settlements. By the time Europeans actually entered the region, almost nothing was visible above ground. The Amazon didn't just hide their cities, it erased their story for hundreds of years. The more researchers dig, the more intriguing the picture becomes. The construction of the geoglyphs required coordinated labor, surveying skills, and a strong social structure. Some earthworks show possible astronomical alignment, though studies are ongoing. The long causeways suggest planned transportation routes, and terra preta demonstrates a sophisticated understanding of soil chemistry that modern science only recently rediscovered. This wasn't primitive survival. It was deliberate engineering adapted to one of the toughest environments on Earth. LiDAR experts believe we've only uncovered a small fraction of what's still out there. Hundreds of geoglyphs have been mapped, but the true number could be in the thousands. The discovery of these Amazonian societies challenges long-held assumptions about the ancient Americas. For decades, textbooks describe the rainforest as sparsely inhabited, but the evidence tells a different story. There were networks of settlements, shared cultural practices, and large-scale environmental engineering. It also changes how we think about advanced civilizations. Many ancient cultures didn't build in stone. They built in earth and wood, materials that disappear quickly in tropical environments. Their accomplishments weren't less impressive, they were simply harder to see. LiDAR is rewriting history not by finding new ruins, but by revealing what was always there. So here's the big question. If entire cities could vanish beneath the Amazon, how many other ancient civilizations have disappeared around the world? What else is hidden under the Congo rainforest? Under Southeast Asia? Under the jungles of Papua New Guinea? The more we discover, the more obvious it becomes that human history is far older, far bigger, and far more complex than we ever imagined. If the story of Atlantis pushed us to question myths, the Amazon pushes us to question our assumptions. Because sometimes the civilizations we overlook turn out to be the ones that mattered most. Thank you for watching and listening. Comment below to let me know what you think about this.